Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Ever since there have been full declaration of Bola Tinubu as the president of Nigeria, legally and legitimately, Nigerians have been screaming of economic hardship. And Peter Obi have decided to lend a voice. In fact, what he's demanding for is actually asking that this must be done now, because a lot of Nigerians are screaming and shouting over the level of hunger in the land. While that is going on, there seemed to be a prophet who seemed to have seen a strong vision, judging the fact that the level of hunger, I do not know what it to drive to, but Nigerians are beginning to compare the lifestyle of Peter Obi and the promises he made during his campaign to what they are seeing now in the name of renewed hope or renewed shege, depending on what some prophets are already saying, that the legs of the right elephant will fold, Obi will sit on it. Prophet Ogwegu drops fresh prediction. We're going to get to hear what he's got to say. But let's start with that. Then we get to find the demands Peter Obi is making on this government now to avert their consequences. Well, before we continue the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Please click on the red subscribe button beside it to see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, Pastor Kingsley Ogwegu has bemoaned the judgment of the Supreme Court, which dismissed Peter Obi's case against President Bola Tinubu. According to the outspoken pastor Ogwegu, justice was not served at Nigeria's apex court in October. However, the cleric urged supporters of the Labour Party LP, the presidential candidate, to move from hopelessness to assurance. Now, according to the pastor, Kingsley Ogwegu of the Revival and Restoration Global Mission has said that the legs of the right elephant, which is referring to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, will fold and Peter Obi will sit on it. Pastor Ogwegu, who is an open supporter of Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party LP in the 2023 election, said. Now, the cleric said it is just the beginning of the journey into the new Nigeria. A new Nigeria, as used by Pastor Ogwegu, is Obi's mantra. A lot of persons are wondering, what does this mean? But let me quote him word for word, because he said, I already told you that the giant elephant because he's speaking in parables. He said, I already told you that the giant elephant on the left is Bat, which is Tinubu, while the one on the right is Atiku, the People's Democratic Party, PDP presidential candidate. The way of the world is not the way of God. God has his way of doing things. Man can decide to shambolize things, feeling that there is no God, but there is God. God is slow to anger. God is God of long suffering. The fact that God is a God of long suffering does not mean that we should do the way we like. You are going to see the hand of God in this nation. It is his plan. Miracle will happen. I believe in God of miracle. Now, he said that a king, which is Obi, will sit on the leg of the right elephant, which is Atiku. But before the king will sit on the right elephant leg is going to fold, and the king will sit on it, and it will fold permanently. Obi supporters, more than conquerors, Ogwegu also went further. He said that a new Nigeria will surely be achieved. Pastor Ogwegu asked the obedient, as Obi supporters are known, to be patient. The cleric said that God can never fail, and a new Nigeria governed by the will of God will emerge. Wow, Nigerians are hopeful that they will get to see this new Nigeria that is not only possible, but that is visible, because the hunger is strong. But let's find out really what Obi is telling the government of the day, because in all sincerity, it's getting tougher for most Nigerians out there. Now, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has emphasized the need for a corrupt-free political system in Nigeria. Obi stated this during a condolence visit to the residence of the late constitutional lawyer and the pioneer Secretary General for Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide, Professor Ben Nwabueze, in Ajawa Estate, Lagos State. In a passionate address, Obi lamented the prevailing state of political corruption in Nigeria, advocated for a return to a parliamentary system of government, he described the late prominent lawyer as a consistent advocate for a better Nigeria, known for his honesty and commitment to the nation. The former governor of Anambra State asserted that true change in Nigeria can only be achieved by dismantling the structure of criminal enterprises established by politicians. He also criticized the purchase of vehicles worth 160 million naira for each federal lawmaker, emphasizing that such expenditures were unjustifiable at a time when many Nigerian citizens were suffering. He said that constituency projects are criminal because the executive is also criminally minded. He succumbed to things like that. Rascality and bad behavior have become ingrained in our culture. We should revert to the parliamentary system of government, which allows the people we elect to directly address our concerns. Obi further expressed his discontent with the current presidential system, where presidents often delegate questions to their aides, distancing themselves from accountability. He urged dismantling the prevailing culture of criminality, stating that people who already have cars have been given cars worth 160 million naira. People are suffering, and there's a need for modesty. The elected officials must be answerable to the people. Reflecting on his relationship with the late Professor Nwabueze, Obi praised his consistency in advocating for a constitutional amendment and rectifying societal issues. In a related development, Governor Charles Soludo of Anambra State paid tribute to Professor Nwabueze, acknowledging his significant contributions to constitutional law and unwavering commitment to justice and equity. He expressed the government and people's collective mourning for the loss of a prominent figure whose legacy will continue to inspire future generations. Of course, there have been reactions here and there. I really do not understand the prophecy of the man of God, Ogwego. He speaks in parable. I don't understand what he means by folding permanently. I guess maybe if you could also interpret, if you're good in interpreting parables and prophecies, please let's meet in our comment section and give a proper interpretation to his prophecy. But I believe, from my angle, with what I heard, that maybe he's referring to the political structure, political party, or political career of Atiku Abubakar permanently being ended. Maybe what he meant by folding means it may no longer come for 2027, or he may not have a structure that will be strong enough to go for him. Maybe he said it's going to fold for Peter Obi to sit on. Maybe Peter Obi will be riding on the structure established by Atiku Abubakar by want of law for Peter Obi, or by want of obedient movement, or by want of the shege that may probably be coming up in no distant time. If nothing is being done, of course, by the government of the day, it could propel or push Nigerians to support Peter Obi again if he comes out to run. And he's saying that the way God works is not the way man works. That if eventually this works and the continual hunger continues, people might be prone, even though there's a big elephant to the left. According to him, that should be bad. Then there's another big elephant to the right, which is supposed to be Atiku. And the big elephant of the right will be folded, of which Peter Obi will be the king that will now sit on. I don't know what that means. Probably Peter Obi will. I honestly have no idea. But I just hope that this is not born out of sentiment and love for the support he has for Peter Obi. But let's keep our fingers crossed. He said it's a prophecy, and prophecies are meant to happen if they are coming from the Lord, if they are genuine. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's go wrap it up. Let's